What's up, degenerates? Welcome back to Degeneration Nation, or as always, if you're new here, welcome. Today's idiots are a pair of sovereign citizens. You got Linka, Coloma, anti-vaxxer, anti-masker, and probably flat earther, and her boy toy. I don't even know what his deal is, but her voice is worse than nails down a chalkboard. You'll see what I mean. So, without further ado,
I will never leave you two!
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is.
Stop being such a fucking degenerate.
Do my mail. This is my mail.
Oh my god. Fucking degenerate.
One and start.
Somebody kill me, please!
Standing up, calling out your public servants, making sure that they are doing their job, right?
Wrong!
Because that's what we pay them for.
oh please. If you even pay taxes, which I personally doubt, the amount that you pay wouldn't even fill up their gas tank.
We pay our public servants to do their job. We don't pay our public servants not to do their job, because that would be insanity.
And who better to talk about insanity than two super sovereign citizens? Am I right?
And we are very conscious people here. We are honorable people. So I'm just going to be waiting for a few moments here to make sure that we are live, that people are hearing us, seeing us, although the shadow banning, it's been fascinating. That's what happens.
I smell bullshit.
That's what happens, guys, you know, when you get out there and you really start pushing the truth and uncovering all the fraud, and oh my gosh. So welcome everyone, and this is very important video actually we are doing, because this is a notice to all of public servants. Let me repeat, to all of public servants, this is United States of America.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Okay, this is not China, this is not Venezuela, or this is not any other place.
Wait, you mean to tell me that this isn't Never Neverland? Damn, I was lied to.
This is United States of America. I shall say the States United for America, so we clarify any confusion out there, all right? And we are a federate republic. We are not democracy. Sorry for that. We are not democracy. Let me tell you why we are not democracy. Because democracy is the rule of mob. All right? We are not ruling by mobs. Our rights are singular. They are not aggregate, which means is that my rights cannot be violated because bunch of useful idiots.
Cause the pot can't call the kettle black.
And I'm sorry, this is not my term. This is what Vladimir Lenin used for all the public servants, okay, that were proliferating his communist agenda, okay? So we are not ruled by mobs in America. Our rights are singular, meaning that my rights cannot be violated because bunch of useful idiots decided that, you know, my rights do not matter. My rights matter. And my rights come from my creator. All right? I know where I came from. Doug knows where he came from. And those rights cannot be violated. Okay? Because we hold these truths to be self-evident. Thank you. Yeah, those truths are absolutely, undoubtedly, unquestionably, undeniably evident.
You know what else is undeniably evident? That you don't have an education. I'm guessing you dropped out of high school in the 9th grade?
That we are all created equal. All right? We are all created equal.
No shit.
So if someone takes in public office, okay, think about like your neighbor, all right? They are your neighbor who decided that they are going to take paycheck and they are going to serve. And what are they serving? They are not serving some corrupt officials, some corrupt public pretenders, and we don't care who it is. It can be a cop, it can be a judge, it can be who else? I don't care. I don't care. If you took an office, you are there to serve the people.
Yes, the people, plural. They aren't your personal servants to boss around.
Duck, please explain to us who these public servants are. And what their duties are.
Well, in a government, and the only government that we have that's guaranteed is a Republican form of government, all of our rights, as she said, are singular. They're not aggregate. So it doesn't matter how many people get together. They can't violate my rights.
Sovereign citizens don't know their rights. The only thing they know is what they read on the internet.
It doesn't matter what costume you put on.
What Cuckboy here meant to say was uniform. He doesn't know the difference between costume and uniform. It's sad.
None of that.
It's a role.
Well, it's not even a role. What it is you guys have chosen to step down from your sovereignty, okay, in order to serve the public for a certain term, okay? And so you've been given what's called delegated, limited but delegated power and authority to act, okay? What does authority mean? To act in my name. So you act in the name of we the people, according to certain limitations, for certain limited purposes. We don't have public rulers, we have public servants. But you guys have forgotten all of that. You think because some cross-dresser puts on a black robe and tells you something, that their words are law. They're not. They're just talking out the side of their neck, especially in California. Because I want to reiterate again that this constitutional source of authority that the state of California is using right now at this very moment.
Right now, as we are speaking, June 28th. Right now.
Look on the Legislative Information website, and you'll see it says Constitution. Hit that button, and it'll take you to the 1879 California Constitution. How can you tell? Because it says so.
And
okay?
hopefully you guys can read.
And in typical Sov Cit fashion, they decide to leave out parts of it, mainly the fact that it's been amended 480 times, because, you know, that goes against their narrative.
Liar, liar, pants on fire, crooked as can be.
Okay, the offices that are being held by these so-called public servants, these politicians, okay, go do your research. November 8th, 1960, those offices were deleted. The date those offices took effect were deleted. The first elections were deleted. And the effective date that the 1879 Constitution took place was deleted. It was repealed as if it never existed. Your source of authority to do what you're doing, to enforce these codes, statutes, regulations, all of that is non-existent. And by enforcing them, you're stepping outside of the limited authority of a sheriff, okay?
Or deputy sheriff.
Or a constable, because those are the only two offices that are legitimate in this republic.
Okay, a quick public service announcement. Parents, don't let your babies grow up to be sovereign citizens.
All right? All the rest of that is SMU. SMU stands for shit made up. SMU. Okay? So all of you people that are out here chasing people down on these warrants.
Meaning public servants.
All of you public servants.
Law
Franchise
enforcement.
Tax Board. Sheriff's Department. Don't lawfully exist.
This guy is stupid.
And I want to reiterate something very important, okay? Because who trains you? who teaches you, who educates you?
The bar.
The bar.
Northern Trust is owned by basically the bar in England. Northern Trust is what owns all of the law that's being utilized in America right now. They have it copyrighted.
I'm really starting to wonder if some of that tattoo ink leaked into his head and damaged his brain.
Okay? So you can't even use that law without a trespass. That's why you can't practice law without a license. It's their law, not our law. Our law doesn't require a license. You don't have to have a license. It's a matter of common right.
These two clowns legit make me lose faith in humanity.
Okay, here we go. So just because someone from up higher up gives you an order to go to arrest someone, okay, doesn't mean that anyone up there is not corrupt politician, corrupt judge, corrupt DA.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
All right? Because when you don't do your due diligence, okay, because you took an oath of office, not to them, but to us, we the people, guess what happens to you? Now you are stepping outside of your limited scope of authority, and now you are becoming personally liable, all right? Because the ignorance of law, especially if you are law enforcement, doesn't hold. Okay, any stand, all right?
Look, here's the deal. Whether you want to believe it or not, you all will find out.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
So it's very important, see, because we comprehend that you might be a good man, good woman, all right?
Well,
who wanted to serve your county, your state.
You came in and you signed a contract. It's an employment contract.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your signature on that employment contract, which says that you're going to serve with fidelity, and the fact that you took an oath, which is your bond, your word is your bond. Okay, there is your fidelity bond that attaches all of your personal property anytime that you screw up and you cause an injury. It automatically attaches to your personal property. Okay. So if people comprehend the proper process to how to hold you liable, you're going to lose all of your property.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
So when you get this order from the higher ups, from the court, from the judge, that you need to go arrest someone, okay? You rather make sure that even according to your corporate policies called the codes, okay, for example, here in California, it's California Code, Penal Code, Chapter 4, 814 states that warrant has to be signed by the magistrate, by the judge, or whoever is issuing this warrant. Now, warrant to be lawful also needs to be backed up by declaration or sworn affidavit under penalties of perjury. All right? And it is your duty, Mr. Law enforcement officer or police officer or sheriff's deputy or whoever you are, that you do your due diligence because you are the law enforcement, right? So if you are enforcing the law, you are required to know the law. Let me repeat it. If you take the position of law enforcement, okay, means that you are enforcing the law, you are required to know the law, the true law, okay? Not some corporate bylaws, policies, codes, and statutes, and especially not ones that been null and void and are non-existent. Which is a matter of public record with your own California Secretary of State and has been a matter of public record for over for over there's some situation here.
You're being attacked by cats.
We are being attacked by cats. They decided that they want to be part of making the statement. Okay, now on the serious note, okay?
It never fails, people. Trust me.
It never fails, sorry. Okay, so on a serious note, okay? So if you taken out of office, that you will serve with fidelity, okay? And that you will uphold and defend the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. And the reason it's the supreme law of the land, because it secures inalienable rights of the people, okay? What it means is that these rights are not created by some magistrate or by some policy creator, some politician. They are created by our Creator God, the great divine, the absolute. They come when you are born, and you cannot lose them, okay? That's why they are inalienable unless you give them, you contract them away.
You can't even contract your inalienable
That's
rights
true.
away.
That's true. Thank you for correcting me.
It's
You
your
cannot.
it's unalienable rights
rights.
that can be contracted away, but not your inalienable. Look, these rights are inherent. The fact that you're taking a breath and you're alive, you have these rights. Okay, it's just a matter of you to learn them and to enforce them. You know, express your rights. Okay, and when they get messed with, well, then you enforce them. And there's certain processes that you use to enforce them. And you people, all of you public servants, are supposed to be there to protect us. Mm-hmm. Okay? You're not supposed to allow anything to violate our rights, not be the number one contender to violate our rights. And that's what's happening now. You know,
we are not paying you for that.
You use the tyrannical acts that are listed in the Declaration of Independence as a checklist of things to do.
Yeah, I think there's too much chlorine in his gene pool. Sovereign citizens always say really dumb things, but this one has to be in the top 5.
Okay? That's how you've been trained. You've been trained that we're the enemy. No, actually, you're the enemy, and you're a domestic terrorist by definition. Go read it. You're trying to force us to live under your private corporate policies on a corporation that not only is bankrupt, okay, and been dissolved, right, but never had any legitimacy in the first place, and their corporate charter was repealed since 1960, November 8th, 1960, okay? So McDonald's has been operating, right, as a criminal enterprise since 1960.
Ha! I knew it. That Ronald McDonald is shady as f***.
And you're a part of that criminal enterprise, dude. And every time you go out and violate somebody's rights under color of law, you can get booked for it. As a matter of fact, every time you stop somebody and hold them, Trezevant versus City of Tampa, go read it. Go look it up. $25,000 for 20 minutes. Comes out to $1.6 million a day. Comes out to me asking you when you violate my rights how big your house is, because I want to know if my furniture is going to fit.
What year was this ruled on?
Look it up. Just pop it up in the computer. It'll pop up.
But it was after 1939, right?
No, this was just a few years ago.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's still standing. It's still holding up. All right. So, very important, guys. You know, public servant, you are being paid to uphold and defend our constitutionally secured rights. It cannot get any more simpler. This is not rocket science, all right? The only thing what gets challenging is, okay, that you really start seeing through the constructive fraud that you've been entangled into it, all right? And the moment you violate your oath of office, what is happening is you are literally putting your ass on a line, all right?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
That's what's happening.
See, these DAs come in and they talk about all this, you know, indemnity bonds and all this crap, right? Go look it up, guys. Your indemnity bond,
It's not covering
it's
you.
your first person. It covers the county in case you do something against the county.
It's not
It's
even
not going to
covering
protect
you.
your ass. It'll help them come after your ass.
That's
okay?
right.
The other thing is your indemnity, your fidelity bond is your signature, your autograph on your contract of employment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because that's a contract between you and we the people. All right? And when people say that we're we the people, we're your bosses. And when you get indignant with us and attack us and assault us, okay?
And kidnap us.
And kidnap us and take us somewhere and hold us for ransom called bail and all that other crap you do, okay? All this stuff is going out the window.
You look so dumb right now.
All right? And we're going to start holding all of you people liable for this personally.
Personally.
You serious?
Okay? Go look up.
And this is not a threat.
It's not a threat. This is just what time it is. This is what's going to happen.
This is a
This is a
lawful
lawful notice. Because there's people that are getting tired of this.
Yep.
You're our brothers
Yep.
and sisters. You're supposed to be protecting us, not have some attitude against us like we're criminals and that we're enemies of the state.
Public.
Not a part of the republic. We've been forced into that, okay, through our own ignorance. But some of us aren't ignorant anymore.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it around. I'm also very interested in what you have to say, so please leave a comment below. Until next time, later days.
Big shut the fuck up and listen!